Hi, my tubies. Hi. I had to take a moment away from you because I was starving to death. I just had the most incredible shrimp egg foo young. Oh my God, I feel so young after having eaten that. Anyway, I feel good. I feel so much better now because I was starving. I was like, whoa. I came from work, and what did I have at work today? All I had was what, a vegetable drink? Yeah, I'm doing a smoothie. I do fasting lately. Like I'll do fasting for breakfast, just a smoothie, and then I'll do fasting for lunch. My girlfriend got me into this is fast and pray, fasting and praying. While you're hungry in between the fast, you keep praying. So it's like it reminds you to keep praying to your heavenly Father. It's interesting, and I already lost what 12, 13 pounds. So I guess it's working. Anyway, today, right now, after I finish, my belly is full and I feel so amazing. We're gonna talk about how narcissists are pathological liars. Yeah, bravo. Yeah, good topic. What do you think? Let's talk about Mr. Narcissist. When you first meet Mr. Narc, he'll seem like your dream guy, right? Everything he says is sweet and he seems genuinely interested in you. He tells you that he wants to take you places and that he wants to do special things with you. But guess what happens? Eventually you find out that you're dealing with Mr. Liar. Oh yeah. You soon realize that he's not going to do any of these things that he promised. None of them, because he's Mr. Liar. Usually he starts off with small lies. Let's go back in our mind and think about that. He starts off with small lies, like he'll call you back later, but then he doesn't even call you back until the next day or even days later. Or check this out, he'll make plans with you and then he won't show up. He'll cancel a date or a meeting that you were supposed to have at the very last minute and be grateful even if they decide to call. Whatever. Then they give you some dumb excuse for why they didn't show up or why they couldn't call or why they had to cancel. Let me tell you, girls. Let me tell you, guys, because it works both ways. I'm not a sexist. This guy, I'm just going to say guys because I'm a female and I'm addressing like that. But this guy, he lies about everything. Think about it. Everything. He stood up to. He has stood you up how many times? Not that I give a damn because who cares? Personally, me, I know he's a crackhead, so that's what crackheads do. Whatever. Anyway, he knew he had plans with you. He knew you'd get ready, but I didn't get ready because when you're dealing with a person who's using drugs, crystal meth, crack, heroin, or whatever the hell, you already know the routine. So you know that they're gonna show. They get caught up. So who cares? I don't even sit up there and wait. Time comes, I'm gone. I don't wait for nothing. I don't even wait. You're not there at the proper moment. I'm gone. I don't even give you 15 minutes to be late. I'm gone. Please. Now, okay. Now he knew he wasn't coming, or she knew she wasn't coming, but she stood you up. That's called who cares, man. Whatever. Personally, me, I don't care, but I know some people do. So I have to be considerate with that. He just didn't care about his promise to you, and he decided to do something else instead. He doesn't respect you or your time. He thinks that he has you. Let me tell you why he does these things or she does these things. Because they think that they have you wrapped around their finger. Does he really believe that? Are you kidding? I discarded him. I kicked him out of my house. The man calls me. I never call him when we apart. He calls me. I'm gonna commit suicide. Somebody died. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, Anyway, he thinks that he has you wrapped around his finger, I guess, and he thinks that he can make you wait on him. Never me. Chances are, I think that if this is happening in your life, then you're making yourself too available. And you're always available to do whatever he wants to do whenever he wants to do it. And another thing is you keep giving him chances. Now, and I'm guilty of that one. You give him chance after chance, even though he continues to flake on you or do stupid nonsense. But I figure he got TBI, traumatic brain injury. He's retarded, so that's why he do what he do, whatever. Basically, he doesn't think you're going anywhere. That's why he keeps doing what he does. When he doesn't show up, he's already planning what he's going to tell you, and he knows it will work because you fall for his sob stories. You know, did it work on me? His sob stories, I'm going to commit suicide and I don't want to live anymore. Oh, and yeah, I fell for it. Yeah. I would have him come over to the house. I would feed him and talk to him and listen to what he had to say. I even let him spend the night in the other room or in the living room on an air bed. Once I let him sleep with me, of course he wasn't going to touch me. I mean, come on already. I shouldn't even had him in my bed. He was dirty. Ugh. Anyway, I fell for the sob stories too. So you see, none of us are above it. But let me tell you something. Unless he had a death in his family or a life-threatening emergency, he should have at least called to cancel. Okay? When it comes to flaking on you. When he tells you lies, let me tell you what happens. It makes him feel good. Promising you things makes him feel like he's a good person and that he's trying. At least I'm trying. He doesn't deliver on his promises, however, because he isn't capable or he doesn't want to. Words are just words to Mr. Liar Narcissist. He doesn't take himself seriously. So how the hell is he going to take you seriously? Right? He promises things thinking that he might be able to deliver, but if he can't deliver or he doesn't want to deliver, he avoids you instead of just telling you or just canceling. You know what I mean? Call you up, make a cancel. I got caught up, whatever. You know why he does that? Or she does that? Basically, let me tell you, because he's a coward. This is not a man. This is a coward, a biatch. I'm sorry. And telling you that he can't be there or do something that he promised makes him feel like less of a man. I know he feels like he's less of, does he even feel like a man? I don't know. It makes him feel like he's less of a man, and it makes him feel like he isn't as great as he pretends to be. He keep thinking how he got all of this in control and how he's so, no, no, no. To avoid feeling like he let you down or like he's not as great as he pretends to be, he just avoids you and he stands you up because he knows he's a fraud. When he thinks that he can deliver, sometimes he feels like, oh, I could deliver this time. Then he'll come back to you or he'll call you and he tries to make it up to you. When you catch Mr. Lying Narcissist lying, he'll tell you another lie to cover up that lie, and he'll tell you some sob story. So guess what? So you can feel sorry for him. That doesn't work with me. I think Mr. Narc, he must know that already when it comes to me. Are you kidding? Sometimes he'll ignore your calls when you're trying to see if he's still coming because he's too scared to cancel. He didn't have to ignore my calls. I don't call him. He calls me. That's one of the things that he's angry with me about because he keeps trying to get me to call him so he could try to show the people, look, she's chasing after me. He wants everybody to see, look, she's calling me. I don't call you, babe. He knows I don't call him. No, he calls me with his suicide attempts or he needs something or he needs that, whatever. Anyway, his behavior will get worse. Trust me when I tell you. And you'll never know when he'll show up or when he's not. Or if he'll deliver on his promise or his words to you, you're never going to know that. You know, it's iffy. If you care. I don't care. He's a crackhead. I mean, for God's sake. Basically, his words are sweet, but his actions are quite the opposite. He'll plan a nice date with you or say, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And you'll be excited. I don't get excited. How can you get excited when it's a drug addict talking to you? But then he'll stand you up or he'll cancel it at the last minute. Now, you might like this guy, but he's not responsible and he's untrustworthy. So even though you may like this character, when a woman knows her self-worth and a woman has a healthy self-esteem and she knows her value, what is she going to do? You got it. Dead that. A real man is honest and he doesn't stand you up for dates or he doesn't stand you up when he says he's going to do something. If a real man says he'll be there, he'll be there. And if he can't make it, you'll be the first one to know about it. He'll call you. He'll say he'll make it up to you. He'll do something to make it up to you. And guess what? He'll actually make it up to you. Also, he'll feel bad for not being able to make it. And he'll apologize once or twice because he cares about your feelings. But Mr. Lying Narcissist, he doesn't care about your feelings. That's why he lies to you. He cancels things at the last minute. And he doesn't seem to care about what he did. He don't care. I say, look, my motto is if you don't care, I don't care. If he apologizes, you'll know it's not sincere because he'll do it again and again and again until you get sick and tired of his lies. You'll catch him lying about things he doesn't even have to lie about. That's the thing that used to piss me off with this character. He lied about things you don't even have to lie about. It's stupid. It's just TBI, retardation. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, he'll tell you stories that seem made. You can see that they're fake and you can see that they're made up. I used to tell him, look, honey, on a scale of 1 to 10, how stupid do you think I am? And when he lies, I could smell the bull. I could smell the BS, man. I could smell it. This guy, he's just a walking lie, and he lives in a fantasy world that he has created for himself. He's delusional. He's in a fantasy world. He doesn't think you'll like him if you know the truth about him, so he pretends to be someone he isn't, or he pretends that he can do things that he know. He's got disabilities that he know he's not capable of doing. He knows it. But Mr. Narcissistic Liar, he tells you anything just to keep you around. That's the reason why he does it. Realize that his promises and his words might be sweet, but he'll barely ever follow through on them. Yeah, let me tell you, the reason why a lot of women, and I'm guilty myself, is women put up with Mr. Lion Narcissist is because he seems like a nice guy who means well, and you enjoy his company sometimes, you know. But I grew to realize, let me tell you what I grew to realize, that Mr. Liar, Mr. Narcissist, they will never change, and he isn't the type of man that I want to have in my life. I don't want him around my family. I don't want him around my friends. Like they say, you know, the type of people that you hang out with and the type of people that you have in your life, that shows the kind of life that you're living, the kind of life that you are. If you live in a gutter life, then all you know is gutter people. You got a bunch of bums saying hi to you on the street and all of this. That's telling you exactly what your life is. I don't want no bums talking to me. I'm not like that, you know. If I can help people, definitely. But you got to let go. Here we go. Let go of Mr. Wrong. And stop believing or falling for their stupid lies. You don't believe his lies. You just ignore them because think that he'll change. You're sitting up here saying, oh, he'll change one day. That's what keeps you around. And you think that he'll start doing what he's supposed to do. But anytime you confront Mr. Narcissistic Liar about his lies and his broken promises, you and I both know what's going to happen. He's going to get defensive. He's going to lose his temper. He's going to fly off the handle because he hates people telling him the truth about himself. The liar hates hearing the truth, and they hate telling the truth. When you're confronting him, he feels like he's out of control and his ego feels like it's threatened. You know, they're all ego. They got to get that supply. They got to always have people around them to feed their ego. They can't stay with themselves. They can't. Their thoughts, they can't stay with that. Believe me. When you start telling him the truth about himself, he'll either leave the conversation or he'll leave the room or he'll want to give you the silent treatment or he'll hang up the phone. I don't want to hear that. Of course you don't, sweetheart. It's the truth about you. You can't handle that because you're Mr. Lying Narcissist. Whatever. Mr. Liar, he lives in a made-up fantasy world where he's a great guy in his mind. And he hates when people say otherwise. Realize that you'll never make an honest person out of a liar, a pathological liar. That's impossible. That's like trying to turn a dog into a cat. You can't do that. Realize that you deserve someone that will be honest with you. Someone that you can trust. Please stop falling for those sweet words and blowing smoke up your derriere. Don't fall for it, baby. I know I don't. Don't fall for it, baby. When you meet Mr. Wrong, he's going to say all kinds of sweet things to you. And those things will make you smile. Yes. Listen to his words, however. But don't get too happy until he actually shows you. Let's say that again. He shows you how he feels about you. Let go of Mr. Wrong, Mr. Liar, Mr. Pathological Liar, Mr. Narcissist. Let go. And stop waiting around for a sorry excuse of a man that you don't even trust. That's a sorry excuse of a man. Not even a man. He's a coward. Trust is the most important part. And I've always said this, and it's true. It's the most important part of a relationship. And you'll never, ever be able to trust Mr. Narcissistic Liar. You have to realize you're worth more than that. A man isn't trying to, you meet a man, better yet, if he's not trying to connect with you emotionally or mentally, but he's trying to rush you into sexual things, or he's not really whatever, honey, please, dead that, dead that. You know, my narc, I don't personally, to be honest with you, I don't sit up there and wait for him. Like I said, I don't call, I don't do any of that. When you got a person who, he was rotten. You know, he was a lousy husband. I tried to be a friend. He was lousy at that. But God is good. God is real good. I mean, come on. Jehovah God, avenge me. He's a crackhead, for God's sake. He's spending all his money. Everybody's using him. He spent like $18,000 on crack. Ain't got nothing to show for it except for brain damage. So, I don't get too upset. I don't get upset at all, actually. I just have to shake my head because actually, you know, we did a lot of Bible study with him. Me, the congregation, my family, we all put a lot of work into this character, and that's the part that makes me sad, to be honest. But when it comes to him not showing up or keeping up, I don't expect him to. He's a junkie, a drug addict, and that's what they do. So don't you get all upset either, darling. Okay? My Heavenly Father already avenged me. Look at his life and look at mine. You always have a choice. It's up to you. Choose wisely. Bye for now. Love you.